Previously on BYL.
As a young person in today's world, the pressure is real. The pressure is real. However, the pressure can be overcome. You must know from a young age who you are.
How do we build or recover our self-esteem? We have heard our family background can affect our sense of self-worth. Is it possible to regain a healthy self-esteem after it has been battered?
I would say that even the self-esteem thing, I think it's a journey. I'm not there yet, but my father was an integral part of that process, of helping me through the process. Yes, he had his issues, he had his own challenges. Usually when there was no money like that anymore, he was trying with a lot of businesses if his business would come back. But in those periods, maybe, I don't know why we connected that way, but somehow we connected. I read meaning to everything he was doing. And maybe it was deliberate, I don't know, but I kind of saw it wasn't so harsh to me. Although when he needed to correct me something, I don't know how he managed to do it. But my dad helped me through my self-esteem period. So even when I'm having issues emotionally, and he will read my face and start telling me. Even when at the time he had an accident, at some point he makes soap that we use in the house. He had a caustic soda accident a day before my older sister's introduction. I saw through his pains. I felt I could bear his pains because he's been through a lot, trying to have a comeback. You understand? So when I told you, I said, don't overdo it. God will sort you out. So we just connected somehow. I don't know. So, but it helps me with self-esteem. And whatever he says, because of that, I listen. So when he tells me that, no time for boyfriend, there's no boy that will come, no matter what you say. It was not entering my head. Okay, it's time for boost. Study hard. When you come out and have a good job, boys will fall in line. Don't worry. That stuck to my head. So that was the script that was acting out. So whatever he says was a script. So it helped me. And one other thing that also helped me was the few friends I had. He knew them. He knew their houses. He knew their parents. So when one of them had a birthday party, my dad took me there. I said, okay, you're doing 4 hours here, I'll come back. He came back to pick me. So it was trusting enough to allow me with my friends. And also, the particular friend of mine that would come to the house, my father would be gisting with him as though they were mates. And most of them were guys. So my father took them as his own friends too. So that kind of gave me a sort of confidence. I go to sleep. At times when I'm not even home, when they send and they come to the house, they're not bored when they miss my dad. So I think that helps self-esteem thing. Then I'll also, maybe because like I said, my parents are church people, I also poured myself into church activities. So basically, my friends were now revolving around church things, camp. So when we pick a Bible character, we dissect the character, say, you don't behave like this. So when we see maybe a flaw in us, you're behaving like this person in the Bible. So that helped me a lot. So when I would have gone haywire, the friends that I look towards, like when we come together once a month to review a book or a Bible character, and I will review. By the next time we are coming, okay, we learned this thing from this last character. How have you appropriated that character in your life? So that helped me sort of. So what I would do that I won't be proud to tell this person. You understand? I won't do it. So I had a good network of friends that influenced me. So at that point, that helped me conquer whatever anybody must have said in time past.
The first thing that I did that I was actually very, very proud of was learning photography. I was like, that is a breakthrough in my life, honestly, because my life was useless. I was working at the mall. If you work at the mall, you think you have everything. You have free Wi-Fi, you have free food, and but until it makes you useless, you don't want to go home. You stay there from morning to night. You don't have a real plan for your life. When I was working there, it was just like, God, I've seen it. This is it. See, it hit me. Will I continue working here? Is it this salary I want to use to do better things for my life? There's this thing that I usually say, will I save 1,000 until it gets to 1 million before I start up a business or something? So it's going to take 1 million days to do that. That's not the time anybody has. So the first thing I did, I learned photography. Then I added up with other skills. Then aside from my photography, I have other plans too that needs to be backed up with money that I haven't got in years because I'm playing the native father and the rest of that. So too many responsibilities are eating away what I want to do with my own personal life. But that struggle is not easy. Trying to balancing family as yet an unmarried man and your own personal life. Yeah. Then what I do sometimes, I try to invest in things, even though it's going to come back very, very far in the future. At least when it comes back, it's something nobody gave me at once on that particular day. It's something I still have for myself.
But whatever anybody said, it was, hey God, it was tough. It was tough. But I was able to fight that battle within. So, and I think that also helped me now. That, as my husband said this morning, that when somebody is coming with fire on the head, you have a way of talking that person and it will bring the fire down. Maybe that also helps me, what I've been through. Whatever anybody is going through right now, because of tomorrow. So you need to develop that capacity to be able to withstand anything. So everything that everybody said that were like, I was going, there was time that they will say, no, you affect me, I'll fall ill. They will do all the tests, nothing is wrong with her. But I knew what was wrong with me. So, but now, when anybody says anything that affects, what still affects me till now, it is something it still does. At times it will affect my self-esteem. But let me get home. I'll start dissecting. We didn't mean it that way. Okay, but what's the positive in that thing? And I don't miss it. So every other negative, I avoid it. So right now, I'm still shy. I'm a very shy person. I'm not confrontational. I don't like trouble. I avoid it. And whatever will make you want to harass me, I avoid it as much as I can. So, but I still find solace in books. I'm still a church girl. Maybe those things were the things that also helped me. And then those friends, I'm still I keep my cycle very small. I'm still that kind of a person. It happens natural. I don't force anything. So so that's where I am right now.
Me, I would say to any person out there living with sickle cell, know your body. I could sit down and try to listen to my body. I don't know how to explain. It's like listen to your inner self to see if there's anything wrong somewhere. Then it's okay, let me check this. I just do routine checks just to be sure that there's no infection, there's no malaria that's going to bring me down in crisis. Just to avoid talk. Because you hear all sorts of talk. Don't you know your body? That is not from a doctor. Fellow learned human being will ask you, don't you know your body? The doctor's one is offended that you even know your body. Not all the doctors. Let's cut some slack. Some doctors, they're offended you know your body. That you are telling them this is it. it is what they want to give you, they want you to take. Until they will kill you. And yeah, I have to learn to get strong. Yeah, some situations got me down, broke me, I wept, but at some point too, I have to push up again because life, there's no room for pity. Nobody pays someone that they're pitying. You are sitting there and you're pitying your ass, money going to enter your account at all. So you have to always find a way to bounce back. You know, there's a beautiful way Yoruba people greet when you're ill. They tell you, "Ma farale," as in, more like don't submit to the sickness, that kind of a thing. If we have that mentality, you know that there's no sickness that comes that if you don't. It's more from I feel a lot is from the mind. If there's no fear, there's no overpowering actually. So Yoruba man will tell you, "Ma farale," and that is it. So we don't farale for the whole teasing that may turn you to. It depends on the way you manage it. If you don't manage it, where you become depressed, you have low self-esteem because people are going to make you feel less. They can make you feel less of yourself, and then God help you. You're among the kids that think that they are from poor background. Is worse. A little girl called me recently and said, "Somebody's abusing my mother because she gave birth to me." Said I'm SS, so the person abused my mother. I told her, I said, do not answer the person. The person is ignorant. The person is ignorant. It's because of the way we manage things here. If we have people who studies you and tell you your strength and helps you nurture your strength despite your health, you'll do wonders as a person. You'll do wonders as a person.
Guy, why are you so fat? Why are you this fat? What are you eating? But you guys complained I was skinny. Like, I know I overdid this fat thing, but like, just accept me how I am. Like, so it was just sad because like I was like the fattest person in my whole set. It was like, it didn't just make me feel bright. Like, even for like graduation, I just felt I wasn't wearing the right clothes. I just felt like I didn't look nice because I was like very fat. Like, I couldn't wear heels like the rest of my mates were wearing. I had to wear flat shoe. I've always been a flat shoe person. But then, like, I always imagine like, oh, SS3 graduation, I'm going to look nice. Like, I'm going to wear heels, I'm going to look this. But then it came, I was like, that's wear flat shoes. So I didn't just feel like I belonged there. So, and in my school we had prom too. So for prom I had this, it wasn't the dress I imagined I was supposed to be wearing. So I also didn't feel like I belonged there. Like I didn't just fit in. It didn't just feel like I fit into like even though like my friends made me feel like, oh, you look beautiful, it still just wasn't right. I don't think I have pictures from that day. I don't have pictures. I felt I was too short. That okay, what God should have added some inches to me. They used to call me a short girl. Ah God. And so I used to look for heels to wear just to help me toilet. No. So and at times when I see, yes, also as a young girl, there were some guys that I knew I admired. And I wish they were my friends. So when they're talking to another girl, I would look, is it because she's taller than me? So the height was something for me. And I also felt maybe I was not beautiful enough. I wasn't wearing, I was a tomboy. I felt I was not fine enough. My eyelashes is too thick. My nose is too round. And that's in front of the mirror. At times I will cry. So a lot will be happening in there. What can you do to help this your look? So I'll be looking for heels to wear. Look for high heels to wear. Hey, how will I buy food? But somehow, God helped me through those phases. So, when we all snap pictures, I'll be like the small. And there was somebody dancing that, don't worry, low I am with you always. That thing still rings in my head. So, and thankfully, I might a very tall man. I mean, that has made up for the Briefness.
Like I said, at some point, I had to realize that my beliefs were holding me back. And I saw people who, like me, schooled in Nigeria, who, like me, had normal backgrounds. In fact, I started seeing people who, even I, had a better story than, yet they were advancing. So then I started to ask myself questions. So how you get there is truly ask yourself. And I think that what happens many times, especially for this younger generation, is that because we see the glories of people more than the stories, you don't hear the backstories to realize that everybody is coming from somewhere. So you think I just blew today, bam. It's not like that. I had to do the introspection of, okay, Tony, you say you don't have this and this and this and this and this, but see Lagbaja that does not have, stop looking at the people that you think have. I think that's the first thing. Look at people that you know. Consciously seek out people that either you know are like you or are even quote and unquote below you but are advancing, and ask yourself, how are they doing it? Then you begin to find your way out, because the truth is, until you realize that what is limiting you is you, and it's not anything you have or anything you don't have, you will not move on. And that was the point that I got to. I realized that people were moving on, and the things I was using as a clutch, it seemed they had worse clutches. However, they're advancing. So I sat down and I said, okay, baby girl, there's a problem. What's the problem? And I started that introspection. I started realizing that, okay, what's your problem? Big nose. Is that not the auntie you saw on TV? Big lips. Has she died? No. Is she advancing? Yes. She even has the kind of job you want. Why don't you want it? Simple. I started that work. Then I started asking myself, okay, what exactly are my beliefs? And what has formed them over the years? What I'm saying is not a one-day journey. It's not a one-month journey. It's not even a one-year journey. It's sometimes a very painful process, because you then even have to face some things that you don't want to face. Because for some people, they have deep issues like abuse, like sexual abuse, like molestation. There are so many things. There are some things that happen. For some people, it's caused deep mental health issues. It's caused deep depression. I was very suicidal. I can show you the spot on Third Mainland Bridge where I always told myself, I'm going to kill myself. This is the spot. And this was even at a time where it still seemed like I had I just remembered something. I had an amazing job at some point in time, and I still felt so empty. And we had just finished a shoot on a certain day, and we got back. Then we had an office, but we also had like a production house that we used to go to. And we got back to the house. Everybody was gisting about the shoot and everything they were doing. You won't believe I entered one of the rooms and I took a belt and I held it around my neck. I just felt so empty. And I couldn't even explain why I felt so empty. Then I was very upset that I don't understand why people are so happy. Then me, I'm so empty. And all of this is that I'm rocking born again Christian. I am, like I said, my job at that time was paying me like $250,000 a month. It wasn't that life was bad. So this thing as well sometimes is not because you have all you need in life, quote and unquote. There are some young people that are born into amazing families. They have at least what they can say, Mommy, I need this, you get it. Daddy, I need this, you get it. Yet they are empty. Yet they are empty. There are teenagers that can form to you, I went to London today, I went to Sweden tomorrow, yet they come back and they are empty. You know, and my friend came into the room and she couldn't understand what was going on. I said, no, I was just trying. I didn't even know what I was. Even me, I had to tell myself, what were you trying to do? Were you trying to? But until you first realize that you have a problem. Because issues of self-esteem, lack of confidence, I really think is a deep-seated problem. And sometimes it's a deep-seated problem more than what we term as the bigger problems or the harder problems. When you cannot feel total by yourself, you don't need a man, you don't need the latest iPhone, you don't need Nike shoes, you don't need a Gucci bag, and you know that you are okay, then you know you are okay. But if at any point in time you are someone who feels, until I have this, until I have that, God knows that there is nothing that phases me today in the world. There's nothing. Like, there's nothing I have that I feel as if I've arrived. And there's nothing I don't have that I feel as if, oh, there's something wrong with me. There is truly nothing. I have nephews and all of that, and they tell me I want a phone. I'm like, what phone? I hear iPhone X. I'm like, bro, you're 16. I don't understand. Is it not a phone? It's not a call. Do you know how much it is? Are you working? Are you earning 1 naira? Even me that I'm working, why will I use my money to buy you a phone that you have not used 1 naira to? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But so many things have become such a status symbol. It's maddening. And for me, I think my message in all of this to young people is calm down. So I started by saying, begin to ask yourself the questions, why are you the way you are? If you cannot be total in yourself, then you need to do some introspection. You might need some much older people that you trust that can help you through that process. Yes, at some point in time, I'm sure I reached out to 1 or 2 or 3 people. Some might be in your family, some might not be in your family.
If you want to build a healthy self-esteem, you must be deliberate about it. You must consciously seek environments and people that will build you, not pull you down. Next on BYL.
I know many of you are struggling with certain stereotypes or standards your peers have set as appropriate. Yours might not be the color of your skin, an injured arm, or the way you walk. It might be something totally different. I feel you.